If you want to see me swatch the Festival palette by Juvia's Place, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, we are going to swatch this little guy, a 9-pan palette by Juvia's Place. Let me show you the inside. I just have to get rid of the plastic. And here is the palette, and of course the same beautiful design on the inside as is on the outside as usual. And look at these colors. The red definitely got me in this palette, and the balance of red, blue, yellow really makes me excited for this palette. I think that we can do a beautiful sunset look with these guys. Super, super excited. And it just looks like, despite the fact that it's 9 pans only, that there's a lot of variety in this palette. And I'm really curious about this one, ABBA, or ABBA down here, because I don't tend to be huge on blues or bluish turquoises, but I'm still very curious to see what it's going to look like. So we're going to do 3 fingers, 3 sets of swatches, and yeah, let's get right into it. And looking at the names, I don't know if these are first names. Kind of looks like it, but I could be totally wrong. And I will do my best to pronounce them. I am not from any African country, so I am not about to say that I know what the heck I'm talking about, unless it's a French-speaking African country, at which point I can be of use. So let's get right into this first row, top 3 right here. We've got Izafa, Uli, which is, oh gosh, I love the texture of the shimmers in these palettes, and Ofala. Actually, I like the mattes too. The mattes are extremely soft feeling. They feel so good. So here we go, the first 3. I've got my clean forearm here. Let's just go into it. So Izafa, look at the color payoff right on the first one for a matte. That's fantastic. Uli, or Yuli, I think it's Uli. What do I know? That's an interesting feel for this one. It's kind of powdery. And then the third one, which is Ofala. Look at the fieriness of that orange. It's almost like a tangerine color. Very pretty colors so far. You could do a beautiful gradient between these two for sure. And here are the fingers. I apologize, my fingers are very, very dry. It is the depths of winter here in Winnipeg, and yeah, there's nothing I can do for my skin to be normal these days. So here we go, second go. And like, this is the first set of mattes, I think, even for Juvia's Place, where I'm kind of going, do they really need to be built up? Because it's looking so good. And this one again, Uli. And Ofala is the next one. Yeah, they look really good. This really makes me think it is a neon palette. Because of the nature of the red and the orange, it really does feel like a neon palette. And finally, the fingers again. Okay, I'm going to wipe those off, and we're going to go for the center row. Well, it has some definite staining power because my fingers are have some red and orange residue. We are now going to go into the center row, which I would call the mildest of all 3 rows, because you can definitely do a neutral look with these, no question. Even the hot pink, I think you could tone down quite a bit by mixing the hot pink and the peach together. But neither here nor there. I'm not trying to do a look today, just trying to swatch. So let's do that right now. So we have Manwu, Iriji, and Oro. If I'm mispronouncing and you speak these languages, please let me know. So Manwu, closer to my skin tone, so it's not going to show as much. Iriji, and Oro. Oh, I like this one very, very much. Very much. It's not quite a canary yellow, so it's you can make it look milder or more intense if you want to. These are the fingers, and let's go for the second go at all of these shadows. The mattes, I don't think I've ever experienced mattes that are this finely milled. They feel extremely smooth. I won't say buttery, they just feel very, very smooth. So again, Manwu, Iriji. That really turns into a hot pink, doesn't it? And Oro. Oro makes me think of gold. I don't know if it means gold in a different language, but makes me think of that. Boy, are those two rows so different. I really am enjoying these. The difference and depth of color in the Juvia's Place palettes just never ceases to amaze me, and that's part of why I picked up the Warrior 3. Just, it's like the colors are kind of a scary combination. Intimidating combination is probably the best way to say it, but somehow once you swatch them and you try them, they just go together, and it's a head scratcher for me how exactly they do the curation of their colors, but somehow every time it works. The Magic palette is a great example of that. You look at the palette to begin with and you kind of go, huh? But it really works. All right, last and very different row again. We've got these last three to do. And we've got Keleki. This one is Aba and, oh boy, Odogwu, I think, Odogwu. If I'm botching this, my apologies. Again, I don't speak whatever language this is, or set of languages, could be more than one. Oh my goodness, Abba, holy cow, does that ever have a lot of color. Wow. The second one, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get into here. Third one. Keleki. Okay, that is a very satiny and crumbly, apparently, gunmetal color. Holy cow. I'm getting some all over. Okay. Next one was Aba or Abba. Oh my goodness. Wow. And last one, Odogwu. That is beautiful also. There's a definite warm theme that is offset by these two colors. So if I try to cover up the pink and the kind of turquoisey blue, it's a definite fiery palette, but these guys give us a lot more options. Now, given how ridiculously deep this one is, I'm not going to swatch it again, but I will swatch these last two. Although Aba or Abba does not need it whatsoever. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, just these last two. Aba or Abba. Actually, that made a difference on that one. And Odogwu. That is a very nice peachy metallic. These swatches never cease to amaze me. I'm always so impressed with every palette that I try. Like for example, this one I didn't think was going to have much of anything to it. And it stands on its own. It got deep enough on its own, even though it looks like it has a white base. And this one packs a punch despite the fact that it's such a light color. Look at how much opacity you get from it. Very, very nice. This palette, I'm gonna wipe my fingers before I mess up the palette completely. This Festival palette is beautiful. It really is. I haven't had so far a Juvia's Place palette where I kind of went, meh, whatever. And they could get away with it because their price point is so reasonable. So let me show you the palette again now that it's been swatched. And you can tell, I think, how finely milled the mattes are, just based on the residue of my finger. And so here is the palette and the swatches. Love it. Love it. And I cannot wait to put these on my eyes at some point soon. That's it from me. I'm done gushing. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. Please let me know what you think of the swatches. I'd love to hear. And until the next video, take care.